Okay, everyone. I don't know if that was recording previously or not, but it should be recording now. So I want to thank you guys for joining us. I'm sorry that some of you couldn't attend, and I do apologize. I wish we had a better option for doing live streams from the location where we hold our monthly meetings. However, we have yet to have a lot of success. I think it's mostly due to the age of the building and their technology. So with that said, we will continue to do a recap the next day, or in this case, 2 days after the meeting, which I will then upload a link for you and your team members to watch. Okay, we're going to just keep going here. First thing, of course, we want to welcome anybody who has any guests who might be listening in. We also would like to welcome any new consultants who joined us since the 1st of August. So if you're watching this recording, feel free to comment in the comments of the post on Facebook and let us know that you're a new consultant. We're certainly excited to have you on board. Also, if you promoted during the month of September, please give yourself a shout out so that we can congratulate you. As well as if you have 200 PRV or more, which means you would be active, give yourself a shout out as well. And if you've added a new team member, do the same. Please give yourself a shout out so we can give you some credit. And if you have team members, you can certainly shout them out as well. Okay, announcements. We did share again, the Scentsy Family Reunion registration is open. The deposit is $50 per person. For additional information on how to register and what exactly that means, you can find that information on the event tab of your workstation. A couple of other things I like to always point out is the Harvest products, which started this month. We could start ordering them. You can add the brochures or view the Harvest brochure by simply going to your workstation and searching Harvest. So make sure you get some of those products, those brochures in, and so you can add those and share those to your customers. The same is true for the holiday collection as well. The holiday collection we cannot start ordering until October the 1st. However, you can go ahead and order those brochures or view it on your workstation by simply typing holiday for search or under the product code box. The warmer of month, you still have time to subscribe to that, or the scent of the month. You would do that under the account tab of your workstation. And you have until the 28th of this month to get the blue truck with the pumpkins. And everyone I know that's gotten it so far said the scent is absolutely amazing, that it's far better than pumpkin roll. And we sell a lot of pumpkin roll. So if that is the case, then I definitely think we all need to be stocking up and sharing that with our customers. It is important to remember that the harvest, holiday, and warmers of the month are always while supplies last. With that being said, Scentsy does their best to make predictions and to make sure they have enough for us. However, in the harvest collections, they did already sell out of the Farmstead Pumpkin Hand Soap. The lotion's still available, but the soap has sold out. So please make note of that and remind your customers and your hosts that these are while supplies last products. Hopefully, you've already had some new team members, or maybe you're one that took advantage of the Join promo this month. The Join promo is $49 or $99 kit. The $49 kit is perfect for those that are wanting to do this as more of a hobby or just basically don't have the means to do the $99 kit. At least they can get started. You can help them grow their kit as they turn in additional orders down the road for host rewards, or they can jump right into the $99 one, which will give them, of course, a lot more product is involved in that kit. But either way, as long as they get started, we can certainly help them launch and be successful regardless of which kit that they purchase. We did also have a couple consultant spotlights at this particular meeting. The first was Sarah Sprinkle, and Christy Musgrave, who's her STAR director, did go ahead and upload the training that she did with us. She mainly talked about diffusers and oils because that's something she's had a lot of success selling. So she shared some of her tips as well. So be sure and search for that video. And then Katie shared a training with us on the party planner. I'm not sure how many of you are already using it. I know I learned something new just by watching Katie share with us. And basically, I just want to give some highlights. If you're like me, it's easier to learn by doing, but I will give you some highlights and let you know as well. Whenever you're putting in an order for a host, so you're wanting to create an online link for them, it's important that you go to your order tab and that you click Home Party, and then you need to click that you do want to use the party planner. And then what Katie showed us was the importance and talked to us about was the importance of being sure and filling in the blanks. Like, don't go by just the default pictures. Don't use the default wording. Simply put anything in there that's going to make it look different and stand out. And that, I think, is a big, big key there. So they do offer some default images, but you can go on Google or go anywhere and pick up some images to make it look different. The same is true on the videos, and this is what she taught me that I did not know this was an option. On the videos, when it said upload video, in my mind, it meant upload a pic of me doing a video. That's what I was thinking. But the reality is you could go to YouTube, for example, like she said she's done, and she found Scentsy Corporate's professional Scentsy Go video that corporate has put out. She copy and paste the link, and there's actually a place when you click that you want to upload a video to drop in that link. And that way, when your guests or the host go to the link for her party, they then can watch that video. And you can use any video you might want to use, but I thought that was really good information to know that it doesn't have to be a video you made up and you don't have to be in it. You could simply highlight some of our products that we have videos on. So I want to be sure to point that out as well. And if you haven't played around with the party planner, please do. It really could be a great way for you to share out information through Facebook and other social media. There's options for you to share out your party link. So please take a look at that and consider using that if you haven't been. And if you have additional questions, you can certainly message Katie or myself. I'll certainly do my best to help you as well. Then we talked about the bingo, which is one of three things. We did 3 different party trainings while I was at Superstar Director Summit this month. And one was shared with us by Shelly Sharp. She happens to be a Superstar Director, and Melissa Gratz. Many of you probably know Melissa's sister. Shelly is much quieter. You don't really know she's in a room. However, she is full of great information and training and was really nice about sharing her bingo training with us. And how she started this actually was herself and 2 other vendors decided to do a bingo night. So what that looked like was basically each one of them invited all of their friends, their family members, their customers, anybody and everybody they could get there to this one location. Each of them set up a home party display for their guests to see and be able to see things. And then what they did is they passed out, which I'll go through this a little more detail here in a minute. They passed out the bingo cards, and they each did 2 games of bingo. So each vendor got 2 games of bingo to talk about the things that they wanted to talk about pertaining to their company or their business. And like I said, I'll go a little bit more in depth in that here shortly. She's also been very successful using the same type of concept with fundraisers and home parties. So here in just a minute, we're going to do some demonstrating of that. I do want to share some more specifics about the fundraisers. Now, what's important to remember is if you're doing a fundraiser, the organization is actually the one who's going to be collecting all payments and funds. You, as the Scentsy consultant, will only be handling the Scentsy orders and running the bingo. So basically, if you have an organization that says, yes, they would love to do a Scentsy fundraising bingo night, then they can decide, this is just some rough ideas, but they get to decide what they want to charge. So in this case, Shelly said most of her organizations collect $10 at the door to play, and this goes straight to the organization. So that's going to help them raise some money. She donates one of her half-price items for a raffle, and then the organization has a table set up to sell the raffle tickets. And in this case, she said she does $2 for 1, $5 for 6, or $10 for 15. It's really up to the organization what they want to do with it, but this is to give you some general guidelines. With every $25 Scentsy order, they get an additional set of bingo cards. She does a do and enter to win, so you can get everyone's info for follow-up. So in other words, she has like a drawing box. She uses the Scentsy Family Store drawing box tickets that you can actually purchase there, or you can create your own. But this will give you an opportunity to get everyone's name, phone number, address, email address, etc. And then you can do a prize, whatever you want to give away. The organization can also sell snacks and food, which again will help them make additional money. So they can sell whatever they want, candy bars, popcorn, bottles of water, soda, whatever, to make more money. You'll want to adjust your prizes according to your donation agreement with the organization. So for example, if you're donating 100% of your commission to the organization, then you might want to do smaller type of giveaways throughout the bingo rounds for the bingo winners, or some larger samples. If you decide to give maybe 20% of your commission, but you know that month you're going to earn 25 to 30%, then you could maybe give a little bit nicer gifts. It's totally up to you, but the idea is to keep the gifts simple so that you can raise the maximum amount of money for the organization. Then she gives out goodie bags to everyone who attends. And this can be very simple. Some of you have probably seen this on YouTube. And in fact, I'll ask Stephanie or Katrina or one of the gals if they will post a copy of theirs too. But many of them take the product list. They then fold it so it has a pocket. And inside the pocket, they will add like the Scent of the Month flyer. In this case, they might even add the Harvest Collection brochure. Their business card, which has a really nice scent sample attached to it. And maybe even a sample of one of our other products, like the laundry soap or something that they have purchased from the Scentsy Family Store or that they have made. So that's what they mean by goodie bags. Everybody's going to go home with your contact information and a little freebie. Like I said, it could be a scent sample. You can have some pens made up, whatever you might want to do. So everybody leaves with your information and a little something. Your supply list. Bingo cards. She usually does 6 cards per person, which they get at the door. And they get an additional 6 cards for every $25 purchase. So that's how she's doing it. She likes to use highlighters, so she buys a lot of the yellow highlighters that she hands out to each person. Of course, people could always use pens as well, or whatever they have in their purse. Or if you or they are really serious about their bingo, they can get the bingo daubers from the dollar store as well. You will want to have some raffle tickets, not only for if you're doing a raffle, but I also would pass one out to each one of my guests so I could do a drawing at the very end. And then the bingo calling cards, this is not required. There are bingo calling apps, which you certainly could use and would work as well. However, I purchased a set of these bingo calling cards, and it did make it quite nice. And they're not really reasonable, and you might want to consider that. It also had instructions on different types of games, but what we learned firsthand at the meeting was if you're not really into the bingo thing, which I've never been to a bingo night and have not played a lot of bingo except the traditional bingo, there are different types of games you can play when bingo. For example, any column, any row, 4 squares, those type of things. And if you are going to play some of those games, like we played 4 squares or 4 corners the other day, that meant that I needed to have pulled only the B and the O cards for me to call. Hopefully this is making sense for those of you that play bingo on a regular basis. I know it is. If it's not, once you get those cards, just make sure you understand the different games before you let the crowd decide which games they want to play, and then you don't have your cards in order and are ready to play. So now I know I'll be a little more prepared next time when that goes. As far as prizes go, she recommends 1 to 3 door prizes for raffle tickets. 1 prize for every 5 people is kind of her way of doing things. She likes to do 1 prize for each round of bingo. So whoever shouts out bingo, they're going to get a prize. And again, that can be something as simple as a scent circle. It can be one of the new items that have just come out on the table, maybe a Scentsy Clean. A lot of it will depend on how many people you have there. Goodie bags, we already discussed that, and this kind of tells you what she uses in her goodie bags. And just so you guys know, so you don't have to take notes, I will upload this document in the group. That way you can refer to it later. Prizes that allow you to showcase the products, and I think that's really important too. You want people to fall in love with them. Make them special with wrapping or by adding a cute towel with the Scentsy Clean or clothespins or a laundry bag with the whiffs. So kind of cutesy them up. What she does is typically after round 1, she'll give away a scent of the winner of round 2, a hand soap. The winner of round 3, Scentsy Clean. The winner of round 4, washer whiffs. And again, depending on the size of the crowd, she's going to vary these things up. And in some cases, it might just be a healthy sample of the washer whiffs. Round 5, a car bar. And round 6, a nightlight. Your total investment is your host rewards. You're the consultant. And if you're doing this on a monthly basis, like at her house, which is what she did, if you're doing this on a monthly basis, you are the consultant and the host. So your goal is to break even as far as your host rewards go. So if she has 10 people in attendance, they average are going to spend $25 to $30, which means she's going to have $25 to $30 in free product. So that's what she's going to try. That's her goal to give away. So you need to base this on how many people are there, so you're not giving away too much. She found by doing this monthly, she had huge success of people wanting to come back every single month and bringing friends. So keep that in mind. And if you're doing this as a home party, then you're going to have to make some adjustments too, because your host is going to want the host reward. So you can't spend all of the rewards on giveaways when your host in reality is the one who's going to get the free and the half price items. Hopefully this is making sense. And this is something you can tweak. This is just how she does it. But at the same time, you can make this your own by doing it what you feel is going to be best for you. If you book a party with a host for bingo, get creative with your gifts. Like I said, you could even do less rounds of bingo. Maybe you only do 3 rounds of bingo. So keep that in mind too. Door prizes can even be sample bags with several samples or large size sample bottles. And I'll give you some an example of kind of what she's used there too. Half price items and $5 off or 10% off coupons can be used as well. So you could put a coupon as a giveaway if someone wins round 2, half price wash shifts, for example. They could get a coupon or $5 off or 10% off that they can use towards the purchase of their order. This here is a picture of just part of her partially display. And while I can't point to you in person, I'll just kind of explain. She purchased all of the stuff at the dollar store, and she decided to go with this theme for something fun. The large bags you find in the back of the table are what she used for her booking bags. If you're not familiar with the booking bag concept, if you Google or go to YouTube and search Scentsy booking bags, you'll find several trainings on how to use booking bags at your parties. On the left of those large bags is where you're going to find where she's got folded up a product list with some samples. If you see that there, that's what she hands every single person who comes. She's got some little containers in front of that with some retired mini testers that she's going to give out as a prize, possibly depending on attendance, and tell them how they can use those. And then you'll also see to the left, she barely can see it, there's another little bucket behind the mini testers that has some samples, and it's a whole bucket full of different types of samples like room spray, washer whiffs, body souffle that again she will use as a gift. If we go over to the right of the second large bag, you'll see a little container, a little bucket that has a scent circle in it and a catalog and the monthly specials. Again, that's one of the prizes that she will give. So this isn't costing her a lot of money. To the right of that is a large blue bucket, and that's what she's using for her bag party or basket party for the month of October. So when she talks about hosting a party or a bag party, this is what she's going to loan them to take and collect orders. So it doesn't always have to be a bag or in a tote or in a basket. She changes it up based on the theme of the month. So hopefully that helps. She likes to tell her host to bring something salty, something sweet, and something to drink. And her display, she's all about keeping it simple, which is something I've constantly had to talk a lot about. You want to be sure this looks like it's something anybody can duplicate. So if they're watching you, it doesn't look like they have to have a whole lot of stuff. Testers and marketing is really important. This is a party. It's not cash and carry. If you're doing it in your home and you want to have some cash and carry out, you certainly can. But for the home party concept, if you're going to use this in a home party round, then you definitely would not want to bring cash and carry. The warmer and the scent of the month, Nightlight and Mini Warmer Base, Scentsy Go in Pods, Counter Cleaner Scentsy Fresh. She brings a washer whiff, car bar scent pack, a 6-pack of bars, hand soap and hand lotion, room spray, matching scent circle, and a buddy or a budding clip. Everything you've got in your starter kit is enough to start with. So keep that in mind. You do not have to have lots of stuff to have a bingo night or to have home parties. And then the idea is that you'll bring something from each category so that when you do your mini commercials, each round of bingo, you can talk about each product category. And your display is made up of some of your prizes, so you'll have less to take home. So with that, I'm going to kind of give you guys an idea of how this would work. So you've handed out your bingo cards, and you've told everybody they need a highlighter or have a pen or something that they can mark their cards off. And now you've got your either bingo calling app or your bingo cards with you. You're going to first of all tell them which game they're going to play. So in this case, we'll just say we're going to play a traditional bingo game. And then from there, that's where you're going to start. And you can pick and choose how you want to do this, but remember, some games will win, they'll win fast, and some games they won't. So you need to have some script prepared and practiced so that you can get to what you need to get to in a short amount of time, or if you need to extend it, you can add additional information. So from this moment on, I'm just going to kind of pretend like I'm live at a home party and I'm doing the bingo. Okay, guys, let's get ready to play some bingo. Hopefully you've got your cards in front of you. We're going to start with the first card that's in front of you, along with get your highlighter ready so you can mark your numbers. We're going to be playing just traditional bingo. So this bingo can be in any which way as long as it's all the way done. Whenever you are successful, be sure you shout out bingo, or you can shout out Scentsy, which is even better, and we will proceed with your prize and the next round. So I want to thank you guys tonight. I don't know if I've had an opportunity to meet everyone. My name is Tracy DeMario, and I'm going to be your Scentsy lady for tonight. I joined Scentsy in November of 2008. B6. I joined Scentsy for some mommy money because I thought it would be fun, and I love the idea of it being a safe product. B12. Having children at home and loving my house to smell good, the thought of not having a flame really was a huge thing, and I was super excited to get started. O64. Little did I know how much people love fragrance, and my business continued to grow very rapidly. I39. As a result, now several years later, I get to do Scentsy full time, and I absolutely love being everyone's Scentsy lady. I27. With that being said, if you like to travel, guess what? We get to earn awesome incentive trips. N67. I've been to South Africa, I've been to Greece, the Dominican Republic, numerous times to Mexico, twice to Hawaii, several other destinations, all paid in full by Scentsy. O67. If you would like to possibly do this as a hobby for part-time or full-time income, please be sure you come up and visit with me so I can give you a possibility packet. O39. This month is a spectacular time to join because not only do we have our traditional kit offering, but we also have a special kit this month only for $49 to join and start your own business. I67. Now, at this point, now I'm back to my normal training. You can see what I'm doing. So I give a little bit of information and I call a number, and that's going to continue until they say bingo. Now, if you've already shared everything you want to share and you're welcome as far as introducing yourself or the business opportunity, then you can go ahead and move into one of the product offerings. So we're just going to go ahead and pretend that somebody won that round. And I'll just give you a couple more examples. I know many of you probably already figured this out, but in case you didn't, I'll just give you a couple more examples so you have a little bit more information. Okay, guys, well, congratulations to our winner. Who's ready to play some more bingo? Excellent. Let's keep this going. So with that being said, let's move on. And now we're going to do any column bingo. So any column, any up and down will work for this bingo. And you could be the next winner. Let's see how this goes. All right, let's start with B7. How many of you guys have used Scentsy warmers before? Great. Well, whether you have or you haven't, I'm super excited to share the display and talk about a little bit about our warmers. O13. All of our warmers are electric. You simply plug in the warmer, put in some of our wax, and it's going to release the fragrance into the air. I7. All of our warmers come with a lifetime electrical warranty. So for regardless of how long you own it, if there's ever any electrical issues, you give us a call and we will replace it. O14. Our warmers, some of them have light bulbs, some of them do not. And at this point, I would show the difference, like what the Element warmer looks like, so they get an idea. So whether you're wanting this to be somewhere where you have a lot of light or you have a place where you don't want any light, you can pick and choose which warmer is going to work best for you and your space. I17. Keep in mind that our warmers are meant to give you a great scent experience. However, if it's a larger space, we would highly recommend one of our larger warmers. And if you're using a small space, such as a bathroom, a kitchen backsplash, or a smaller room, you can use one of our night lights. N37. Now, you guys are probably getting the idea. So what I'm doing is I'm just giving information about right now the warmers, and then I'm calling the bingo in between. You can make this go as fast or short as you need to, but the idea is you do want to cover as many of the product categories as possible in your round. So you, like I said, are going to have to kind of practice your script. But I can assure you, if Shelly's made it successful, she's been doing this for almost a year now, and she said that her list, she has waiting lists every single month for people to come to her bingo nights. So if you get this going on, it really could be extremely successful. And the question came up last night. So if this is something you're doing every month at your home, and the same friends and family are coming every single time, then you don't obviously need to always talk about the join opportunity in the sense that I joined in November of 08, I've been on all these trips. I mean, they've already heard that part. But what you do need to do is tweak it up to where you're saying something like, okay, guys, I know some of you have been thinking about it. Maybe you haven't been thinking about it, but this is your month to join. You know I'm having a blast. You know I would love to have you on my team. And it's $49 this month, so let's get going. Like, you want to still find a way to talk about the join opportunity. You're just going to need to tweak it based on who's in attendance if this is a reoccurring thing that you're doing. If you have additional questions about this, please feel free to ask those questions in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to address those. Pre-party, you want to find your venue. This can be at your home, a public space, a host house. Keep in mind the sitting and make sure you've got a good area to display your table. You want to send your invites. Now, this is really important. Regardless if you're doing this for a host or for yourself, you still need to do the host coaching. If you're not familiar with host coaching, go to your training center, search host coaching, go to the Facebook group, and look at the albums called Host Coaching. We've got a lot of really good trainings and ideas there as well. Don't depend on Facebook, postcards in the mail, text an image, easy to text, email, and of course, always calling is the best. You want to over-invite. Your goal is to have a minimum of 15 to 20 people. So be sure that you're inviting anyone. Don't assume people won't want to come or that they're too busy. Make sure you're over-inviting. Your party should last 2 hours from start to finish. So you want to be really firm on this. It's important to be respectful of your time and others. Now, this is how she's done it, and I have not done one of these yet. So I think you kind of got to check it out and do what you feel is best. What she does is from 6:30 to 7:30, she has guests arrive to sip, snip, shop, and mingle. So that's when they place their orders. Then she gives out the bingo cards and they socialize until 7:30. And that's when they start playing. Again, I've not done this yet, so I can't be sure that this is best or not best. But I'm thinking for me personally, it would be better for me to start the bingo first and then collect the orders at the end. That way people have time to learn about the new products, because I'm not sure that they'll know about them unless I've already shared them. So they might order washer whiffs when if I collect at 6:30, 7:30, if they don't know what washer whiffs are, then they won't. You want to be sure you have a good time, have fun throughout the evening. Be sure that you're talking about the products, parties, and the business opportunity. You want to always hit all three of those things. You can do a show and tell during mix and mingle as well while you're waiting for people to arrive. So whatever works best for you. Like I said, you want to give your raffle tickets at the door. You can play a variation. You can have one for everyone, an extra if you brought a guest, 2 extra for the guest, 2 tickets if you ask a question about Scentsy products, parties, or the business. A lot of people like to do that too to encourage interaction. And as I mentioned before, set a mini script ahead of time. That way you're prepared. Each round needs to be strategic so you can talk about everything. Here's what she does. The first one, she does her story, which I incorporate the join in there because I want people thinking about it right then to see how easy it is, but that's up to you. Second, she talks about the scent and warmer of the month. Third, she talks about new products. Fourth, specials. Fifth, host rewards, and she uses the prize table as usual. And then, of course, sixth, she does joining your team. You do not have to do 6 rounds. If it's a home party and you're concerned about time, you can cut this back to 2, 3, or 4. That's totally up to you how you do this. You just always want to be sure you're covering hosting, joining, and the products. You want to be sure that you're doing your follow-up just like any other time we would. You want to ask them how they enjoyed their prize if there happened to be one that earned it. You want to keep a list of who couldn't come to be sure that you invite them for the next time, or ask them if they want to host their own bingo night. Have a pickup party to save time for delivering. She does this on all of her fundraisers and actually has done this with her monthly ones as well and found it to be helpful. The pickup party, what she does is she comes up with the day of the week and she allows the 30 minutes for them to come and to pick up their orders. And she makes sure to include the showcase, to showcase the scent of the month or anything else that she might have that maybe they did or didn't purchase. And she asks them again if they would be willing to host either a bingo night, a bingo party, or any type of party. And then at that point, it can be a bag party online and such. But she has found tremendous success having the bingo nights. Other tips, make sure, of course, you have your calendar ready so that you're ready to go. Prospect packets, or as I call them, possibility packets, and borrow bags. And I showed you how she's using the Halloween bucket this month. Have the date of your next month's events already set. You can even put their invite in their goodie bags. Make it so fun they want to come every month. Urgency with RSVP and a waiting list. Only 20 seats. Now you got to determine what's right for you. She limits hers to 20 seats. When they're full, and then she takes a waiting list. Again, stick to 2 hours. People don't want to spend 3 or 4 hours, especially if you're doing it during the week. They have other things to do too, and that could result in them wanting to come back or not. Have fun. Be yourself. Laugh. You don't have to be perfect. Trust me on that. And or always be the same. You can change it up as you need to and how you see fit based on how some go. Make connections with your guests. Be sure that you're connecting with them so when you do your follow-up, you have greater opportunities of turning them into future hosts or better yet, team members. Then we did a consultant spotlight on Megan. I'm super proud of Megan. She has really came back and just relaunched and resuscitated, I'm not sure what word you want to use, her business, and has been a busy little beaver working on her events. We did record this portion as well, and it was uploaded by Katrina Brunk. So you can find that in our group as well. Take time to watch that, especially if you're interested in events. She gives some tips on that too. And then Rhonda did a training, which I'm hoping to have her record for us and share, because I won't be able to do it justice. Plus, it would be much better if you could see some of the things that she shared with us. So I am going to ask her if that's something she could do for us and she can upload. We always love having Rhonda come to our meetings because she has tons of great creative ways to share our business. With that being said, these are the next 3 meetings that we have coming up: October 17th, November 21st, December 19th. If you are local in 2018, we'll be rotating again. Every other month, it'll be Tuesdays or Thursdays. So for those of you that have not been able to attend on Tuesdays, next year we will be rotating every other month. So hopefully that's going to help more of you be able to attend, opening up the Thursday dates as well. So mark your calendars, whether you're in town or you're out of town. I hope you guys will make it a priority to attend our meetings if you are or have team members in the area. And if not, I hope it's helpful that we're doing this recap and that you guys are still able to get the information that you need to be successful in your business. If at any time you need additional information or training or support, of course, contact your sponsor, your upline director, and you can certainly always contact me as well. Thanks, guys, for your time. Let's finish this month off strong.